not going to say anything about insecurity or the way to end insecurity or whatever it is. No. I want to adopt all what's been said.
I have a number of times refrained myself from talking about IPOB or ESN. But just because you've constantly been mentioning it, let me throw a little bit light to that. In as much as IPOB and ESN is, to a number of people, is like a necessity due to insecurity in Southeast. And they have their demands, they have their agitations, they have, what, according to them, making them angry. But let me tell you the truth of what is happening. There are bandits everywhere. There are criminals everywhere. There are cultists everywhere. So what happens now in South is that criminals who may not necessarily be members of IPOB and the ESN, we go and commit crime. And they needed a name. So it's safer for them to say, oh, we are members of ESN, we are members of IPOB. So that the, in quote, the persecution of IPOB and ESN by the federal government, we cover them. That is what is happening in Southeast. Because the IPOB people and the ESN have a number of times come out to say, look, we are not, into terrorism. We are not into violence. We're simply agitating. And these people that are burning police stations, these people that are killing, they are not our members. And so how do you reconcile the two? And that's the kind of self-help, that is unfolding, because somebody is killed, he cannot defend themselves, and then somebody comes out to say, oh, we're going to defend you. And then the person tends to have confidence in that person, even though it's illegal. But he wants life to be sustained.
It's a rather complex situation, but what...
The ICC have what it takes to persecute these persons? Nnamdi is a higher reality, acknowledged by the Interpol, International Police Organization, who condemned that illegality in Kenya, and the William Ruto himself has also taken it upon himself to get the ICC attention, and so all these things have been is playing out gradually on the ground, which a lot of people might not know, So Malami, Brutai, and the rest of them, including Femi Adesina and the late Muhammad Buhari, are also going to face the reality on ground when the chips are down. And that's what they are trying to inform you now that these names are culpable. These names are people who were involved in that rendition and kidnapping and illegality that took place in Kenya. And therefore, the abuse of arbitrary United Nations Commission, who has also called for Nnamdi Kanu release, and they are culpable, and any moment from now, when everything goes to a particular point of normalcy, then the ICC is going to invite them, and they will end all their entire life in ICC criminal court custody. Even if you go to ordinary police station, before they even take you to court, they will tell you that these are the charges, based on the constitution or existing law or extant law, of which you have been actually charged. But if you look at what transpired while Nnamdi Kanu headed to Supreme Court today, and the kind of overwhelming, it was almost being mobbed, jubilation everywhere. The staffs, people, the Hausas, the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Middle Belters, the South, all of them, we are just there, celebrating the presence of the IPOB leader himself. So it sends a certain signal. What happened in Supreme Court sent a certain signal about that man called Nnamdi Kanu, and his resilient, spirit, his courage to confront wickedness and criminality, and to get the global world attention. Nnamdi Kanu, yes, no matter how you look at it, is the reason why American government is about to invade Nigeria, if they are not currently on ground. But I can tell you, their surveillance the surveillance is ongoing. The American intelligence is already here, and a lot of things is happening. It was being reported a few months ago that the Israeli Mossad are also, in Nigeria. All these things are intelligent, and all of them are into combat operations. But that's the fact. You must understand. So the best thing now, as we are seeing, the presidency and the AGF are looking at how they are going to navigate the issue of Nnamdi Kanu's case, and that has brought tension and panic on the presiding judge, J.Omotosho, who is being rumored and reportedly that he's likely going to rescue himself from this trial before 20th of this month. He's going to say, I cannot be able to handle this matter again because of the complex nature of the matter, and for the fact that whether he's going to indoctrinate the doctrine of necessity in law, and whether he's going to invoke his own personal law, whether he's going to invoke his own emotional law, whether he's going to invoke Songo, whether he's going to invoke a traditional law, whatever he's going to invoke, Nnamdi Kanu is saying, show me where it is written constitutionally, of which basis you want to try me, and I will open my defense right here in just no time. So sensing that there might be some level of manipulation, because I want to show you're seeing as the presiding judge is planted there. It looks as if the man is not independent enough. It looks as the man is not courageous enough. It looks like the man is acting a script. It looks like the man, is under the influence of those who want to see Nnamdi Kanu jailed outside the law. It looks like somebody who is not going to, do according to what the law says and the Constitution of Nigeria, said about the issue that has to do with felony, self-determination, and terrorism, which Nnamdi Kanu has never been proved to be indicted in any way, either by the Supreme Court or whatever. What the Supreme Court said in that regard is that, the rendition is illegal, and that does not mean that the trial of Nnamdi Kanu cannot continue. So returning it back to appeal court, what the appeal court is supposed to do, is look at the matter judiciously and strike it out, because there's no case that binds Nnamdi Kanu to the charges they are bringing up currently now. So sensing that there might be some level of manipulation, he quickly approached the Supreme Court now, and that's where we are seeing more global Nigerians are showing massive solidarity for Nnamdi Kanu. Unfortunately, would Nigerian government ever learn their lesson this time around? Because if Nnamdi Kanu, if J.Omotosho ever try to go against what the law says, it might attract global forces, it might attract international community, it might attract questioning, and this might lead to serious consequences on the Nigerian side. Let me just tell you very clearly, salvation came through one man, and sin came through one man. Disintegration, even the independence of Nigeria, came through one man. Disintegration of Nigeria can equally come through one man. So there's nothing new that we are seeing now, that is not that has never happened before. Nnamdi Kanu is on the verge of creating history this time around, without any gun, without any weapon. What he's saying is that can the law take its course? After all, the United Nations Charter allows for the agitation for self-determination, and the issues that lead to self-determination in the case of Biafra as a nation is a well-known fact, that can never be disputed by anybody. Even the Nigerian government themselves can never dispute it. We have seen what is happening within the atmosphere of power, telling you that the structures of government has totally, collapsed, that Nigerian government are not, in component with each other. So that's what it means. So you saw the Nigerian military, descending on the commander-in-chief, telling the Bola Tinubu they cannot do anything. over the case between a constituted civil authority and that of the one standing for a retired military officer, on that issue. So it tells you that the killings in Nigeria can continue, and the Nigerian government cannot be able to take decision because of the personalities and people that are involved in that atrocities and that criminality. So that's what played out between Wike and the man they call Yerima, an army officer. So, but the question there is that, if you look at that matter very clearly, what it is, standing correctly on what the Constitution actually said, who is now the commander-in-chief? Is it the military officer? Is it the minister of the FCT who is acting on the impulse of the commander-in-chief of the Nigeria Armed Forces, Bola Ahmed Tinubu? And on that point, a certain man is saying that no, I am acting on other powers. Then which other power are we talking about? Is it the power that is loyal to the commander-in-chief, or the power that is loyal to the Fulani jihadist military government in Nigeria?
But one of Nnamdi Kanu's ex, will I say, mate there in DSS custody, his name is the NAS president, his name is Issa Atiku Abubakar. He said what just recently he did an interview with Symphony and TV on YouTube. He said why the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is still held there in the DSS custody, he said because Nnamdi Kanu is a bold and fearless man. He said he's someone that likes speaking the truth, and even in the DSS custody, he said the Fulanis are loyal to Nnamdi Kanu because they say they see him as a leader, that as somebody that is fearless. But do you not think this is one of the reasons why they know that if Nnamdi Kanu comes out, this is someone that will open the eyes of the Africans as a continent, although he's already doing that already. But do you not think that's one of the major reasons why the Nigerian government are still holding him back unjustly?
You can see the consciousness that is happening, the reawakening that's happening in the northern part of the country, where the Hausas are rising against the Sultan of Sokoto now, courtesy of Nnamdi Kanu. What the NAS president was trying to tell you is that, that's not how we come in contact with Nnamdi Kanu without being infected by wisdom, reality on ground. And I can point that, Sowore came in contact with Nnamdi Kanu, he was infected. Sunday Igboho came in contact with Nnamdi Kanu, he was infected. A lot of them that came in contact with Nnamdi Kanu, always go home celebrating the kind of impactful, knowledge Nnamdi Kanu have within him. Nnamdi Kanu is a material. Nnamdi Kanu is a wisdom that, if applied in any aspect of life, as far as Nigeria is concerned, Nigerians will celebrate it. So, unfortunately, Nigeria does not recognize such people, and that is what is actually playing out currently now. So, there's no two ways about it. They have told you that Nnamdi Kanu is an icon, and you can see the bravery, the contagious personality Nnamdi Kanu has become, and those who come very close to him tells you that this is another icon. This is a Pan-African. This is a man who has come to champion the black nationhood. This is a man who has come to define Africa. This is a man who has come to redefine Africa. This is a man who has lifted the dying spirit of every black man in the continent of Africa.
I was shocked. So I now went close to him. I said, I am Comrade Atiku Issa. I wanted to introduce myself. I said, no, I know you. So he started telling me about what happened. So I became shocked. Then he told me that be strong. That was how I continued discussion with him for about 2 months. So Nnamdi Kanu is somebody I know very well, because if you stay with somebody on a daily basis and you are discussing with the person on a daily basis for about 2 months, because in detention, you don't have anything to do. You only sit down at a particular spot. And you are with this person on a daily basis. And you are always discussing. So you should know the kind of person that he is. And let me tell you that people don't know that it was prior to my meeting with Nnamdi Kanu, I had thought that he was a wicked man who want to divide the country, because I am a patriotic Nigerian and I don't want anything that will bring confusion in this country. So that was the mindset I had. But after meeting him, in the detention, I realized that the Fulanis, the Hausas, the Kanuris there are all loyal to him. You'll be shocked that he has more supporters in the DSS facility than he has outside, because if anywhere you live and you have more than 95% of the people who are supporting you. Before I met him, a Fulani guy told me, because he said, oh, if you see Nnamdi Kanu, he will like you because you can speak English. The guy does not understand English. We're always communicating in Hausa language and in Arabic language. So he said, he will like you because you can speak English, and he's a good man. If you have any problem, tell him, he will help you. So that is how they see Nnamdi Kanu. Everybody in that detention facility, they see him as their leader. So it's not about a leader agitating for the Igbo cause. He's a leader agitating for Nigerians, for the betterment of Nigerians. So that is the person Nnamdi Kanu is. So I have discussed with him severally. On a daily basis, he will tell me, Atiku will be strong. And along the line, now told me that, okay, I want you to play along so that they release you from here. I don't want you to continue to stay in detention. That was when I said, I'm ready to remain in detention. I said, no, this place is not good for you. Play along. Do whatever they want you to do. Get away from me and go and meet your family. I said, you are here. Say, don't worry. You go out. I don't want to see young men like you to be in detention. So that is the person we are talking about, that Nnamdi Kanu is. A very passionate leader with compassion, and he has the interest of especially the masses at heart. And I think the problem he has, which is not a problem, is that he's too courageous and fearless. And that is why, to me, he is still in detention. Courageous and fearless.
Onwezikwa ife ndị Igbo ji aka na Nigeria na abụrụ Biafra, ọkụ ya bụ ugwu anyị. Onwezikwa ife ọzọ, ọkụ Biafra ka ọ ya abịa ịkpọ ndị obefa na-arụ. Onwezikwa ife ọzọ, ofu Biafra anyị ji aka ka isi anyị debe. Ebube ndị Igbo taa na Nigeria bụ Biafra. Ebube ndị Igbo taa, onye ọbụ Igbo, ị na ebe a na-ekwu okwu sekwuzi n'okwu Biafra, ị mana ndị ugwu na-akwado na 1st October na-ya eme rally or peaceful protest maka Nnamdi Kanu. Gịnwa bụ nwa afọ Igbo bupụdebe okwu Biafra, mana Nnamdi Kanu nọ na nga. Onye ọbụ Igbo eme aya eme mba nụnụ. Achọrọ m ịgbaziri ya onu. Onye ọbụ Igbo ife okwu anyị kwukịta ịda ada okwu. Biafra ama echezi. And financial freedom is all Igbos needs now. Let's stay positive. Biafra can wait. Ono Igbo Media TV. Ndị be anya kena mụnụ ka onye chi ya zalụ ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ. Mmiri ata na amazụ anwụ na. Asị na ọ bụrụ sọ onye nwa anwụ ka a na-agbazi onu. Ndị dị ndụ a na-agbazikwufe onu. Ono Igbo. Biafra cannot wait. Mma agbapụrụ ya ọsọ ono Igbo. Ifu ndị niile akpata ego na anụ Igbo iji amala anyị atụ. Ma Zenko, ma Obi Kubana, ma Kubana Chief Freeze. Ifu niile anyị na-akpa alfa. Ndị ji ego. N'ife anyị dị bụ ego. Jee fancha niile. Jekwuru fancha niile n'ofu n'ofu. Fa ya agwaghị na nsogbu fa nwe bụ na ndị Igbo aka enwetara Biafra. Ntụ aka esi kefa. Ifu Zenko anyị ekwu maka Biafra. Ifu Obi Kubana onye ekwu maka Biafra. Ifu ndị niile aka ji akụ na nọ n'ala Igbo ma ata ezo n'Ugbo fa ya ekwu maka Biafra. Fa kwuo okwu Biafra elesi afa. Mbosi anụ maka Kosharis Cosmos mmadụ kapụta na-ekwu okwu ebeli ya meelụ m. Ife niile nwe ego nọ n'ala Igbo n'idi karịa Biafra da na anyị nwa mụ na anyị. Ife niile anyị na-akpafe n'ala Igbo jigasị ego ndị ototo isi niile a n'idi nọgasị n'ala Igbo. Ọva bụ ndị niile Biafra mana fa ya ekwu nwe n'ọnụ fa maka ọnọdụ fa nọ ya fa mepim edebe fa n'ọnọdụ kwesị na fa ya anọ. Ọmụ adị fa agwa jekwuru fa gba fa ajụ ọnụ. Jekwuru Zenko gbaa ya ajụ ọnụ. Jekwuru Obi Kubana gbaa ya ajụ ọnụ. Jekwuru ata eze n'Ugbo gbaa ya ajụ ọnụ maka Biafra. Fa ya agwaghị na anụ obi fa omadi fa difa mba ka Biafra mana fa ya ekwunwe fa kwuo na ndị gọọmenti ebe fa n'ọnọdụ fa nọ ya. Ka nwere ofu onye maara ya atụ. Ifu Joe Igbo nwoke Nnewi. Joe Igbo nwoke Nnewi. Na-adị akadọba ndị Igbo rinne ikwute okwu Biafra. Jụọ maka Joe Igbo. Joe Igbo si na ofu onye n'ụlọ ndị Igbo ọgụ mgbe a bụ ikwu okwu gbasara ife ndị Igbo. Joe Igbo apụta sisi buye n'ọdụ anya mana taa Joe Igbo bụ ịpụtakwu okwu ndị Igbo ọchụgba ma ife kpatara ya maka na o nwetabaghị ife nlite from Nigeria government. Hayi Onowu Igbo ọ bụrụ na ịma ife Nigerian government na-eme taa ka ekwusi okwu Biafra ife ekwu ihe ekwu ya. Onowu Igbo asịrọ m na enwe ife enye mana onwego ndị enye ife ka fe kwudebe maka Biafra. ọ bụrụ na ịma ife Nigerian gọọmenti na-eme, ọ bụrụ na ịma ife Biafra apụta na ndụ onye Igbo ọbụla ịnọdụ ife ya na-eme bụ ịpụta n'iru akwụkwọ ị na-asị ndị Igbo jee nkwube maka Biafra, ndị Igbo jee nkwube maka Biafra. Ọkwa Biafra bụ ndụ ndị Igbo. Agwara ndị agwa na mmadụ n'owu Igbo. Ọkwa sọ Biafra bụ ife ndị Igbo ji aka na Naịjirịa kịta. Ewepụ Biafra taa, Igbo agwụ. Ife niile anyị na-akpa afa bụ Igbo ji biri, mụ adịfa, mụ na anyị dịfa akafa mma ma anyị gbakọ wepụ. Onowu Igbo chere ife niile ebe ego. Mụ na anyị dị ife a, ife niile anyị na-akpa afa Igbo ji biri, Zenko, Obi Kubana Chief Priest, Ata Ezenugbo, ịgụkwa ndị niile a, anyị gbakọ wepụ, mụ na anyị dị ife a. Mụ na anyị dị ife Onowu Igbo kafa mma na iru Nigerian gọọmenti. Fa ya adanwụ pim, fa mee pim. Bịa faya si mụ bịa ma ya fọdụzi anyị fụra ọ mụ na dị faya na-ekwu maka Biafra. Ọ bụrụ na enwe ife Nigerian gọọmenti na-eme taa ka ekwusi okwu ịkpọ bịa ma ya bụrụzi Afra n'ọnụ. Onowu Igbo ịda ada okwu ịdasi kponye ike elu Biafra hai ịnwale ife Nigerian gọọmenti na-eme ka ya kwụsị ikwu okwu Biafra, mana Biafra bụ mmụọ. Biafra bụ mmụọ, eziokwu bụ mmụọ. Adekpuchi aka. Biafra karịa afọ ime. Ịma na asị na afọ ime na adekpuchi aka, mana Biafra karịa afọ ime ama ekpuchi nwe aka. Ịda ada okwu ekwuzi ya. Ife ihe gbasara financial and economic freedom ndị Igbo nwunye ada agwa azụ na mmiri ka esi egwu mmiri. Nwa afọ Igbo ọbụla ma anya ego, anyị ma ka esi akpata ego. Ọ bụrụ na anyị ma anya economic and financial freedom, anyị ama na-ekwu okwu na Nigeria maka ọnọdụ edebe anyị na ya maka Biafra. Ọ bụrụ ofe Biafra bụ nsogbu anyị nwe na Nigeria, ọkwa ofu Biafra. Onwezikwa ife ndị Igbo ji aka na Nigeria na-abụrụ Biafra, ọkwa ya bụ ugwu anyị. Onwezikwa ife ọzọ, ọkwa Biafra ka ọ ya abịa ịkpọ ndị ọbịafa na-arụ. Onwekwa ife ọzọ, ofu Biafra anyị ji aka ka isi anyị debe. Ebube ndị Igbo taa na Nigeria bụ Biafra. Ebube ndị Igbo taa Onowu Igbo ị na ebe a na-ekwu okwu sekwuzi n'okwu Biafra. Ị mana ndị ugwu na-akwado na 1st October na-ya eme rally or peaceful protest maka Nnamdi Kanu. Gịnwa bụ nwa afọ Igbo bupụdebe okwu Biafra mana Nnamdi Kanu nọ na nga. Onowu Igbo eme aya eme mba nụnụ. Achọrọ m ịgbaziri ya onu. Onowu Igbo ife okwu anyị kwukịta ịda ada okwu Biafra ama echezi ife a megide wee megide kpolite Biafra. After how many years? After 1970, 80 ga 90 ga abata 2000 emegide bido kwubekwu ọzọ. Ọ nwe efe kpata ya nakwa ife ọzọ emeghe Onowu Igbo. Ịmara ka ịkwụsị ife niile ikwu ebe a. Onwere ka isi kpọ Hope ụzọ dị mma afa. Onwere ka isi kpọ ndị onwere ifu ka isi wee kpọrọ ndị a niile bụ nsogbu anyị. Onwere ka isi kpọta afa nọ ndị nọ n'ọfịa ka ị na-akọ ọnụ iduzi onwe kedu ife kpatara ya, kedu ife kpata Biafra nke ikpeazụ a. Onowu Igbo nkwube mmekwusi ngwaba anyị maka Biafra, ngwa ife Biafra ife olu na ndụ nwa afọ Igbo ọbụla ife anyị kwu imekwu. Onwere onye n'idi Biafra ka Zenko, Ata Ezenugbo, Obi Kubana, ife niile a Igbo ji biri ị na-akpọ nwegasị ego. Onwere ndị n'idi Biafra kafa mana fa ya ekwu nwunye maka fa kwuo ye. Agwara gị agwa na mmadụ ọ bụrụ ife niile ka anyị agwa yi okwu anyị kwu ịda ada okwu. Ọ bụ na onwe ife ndị Igbo chọọ taa sọsọ Biafra ka anyị chọọ. Economic and financial freedom anyị enweta gị anyị ji n'aka, ọ dị anyị n'aka. Onwe nwafọ Igbo na-ayọ nri, onwe nwafọ Igbo a na-enye nri, onwe nwafọ Igbo na-ayọ ya ayọ, onwe nwafọ Igbo ị na-azụ nri. Ọ bụrụ eziokwu a da ya ayọ. Economic and financial freedom anyị ejide gị so ife anyị chọdebe taa ka ndị Igbo anyị bụbụ Biafra ama eche olugo anyị nso. Nnamdi Kanu nọ na nga, ndị ugwu na-akwado imeli ya protest. Gụnwa bụ nwa afọ Igbo ọnụ Ọkịja chelu ka emesịa ka ekwubo okwu Biafra. Ndị obele ebe a na okwu abụrụ nni ma nkwube na maya ekwusịrị.
Help me understand this thing now, please. How is it that somebody that was alleged to be inciting violence is charged with terrorism and has been in DSS custody for years now, not caught with a weapon? And how is it as well that somebody caught with a weapon, with evidence of unaliving people, is now called to a negotiating table, working freely? And some cleric scholars are even advocating for the negotiation. I don't understand. And let's look at it again now. How is it that the people that ravage a community, impose levy on them, that if they don't pay, they will be unalived or they won't see peace, are now classified as bandits, not terrorists? And at the same time, somebody you've not caught with weapons, somebody that has not imposed levy on people, is now spending years in detention, in DSS detention. I don't just know, seriously.
Another one. Another one. Another kidnapping going on. Another kidnapping going on in Olukuru. And we have government. We have government. We have government. We have security. We have security. Kidnapping every day. Kidnapping every day. We have government. We have security. We have government. We have government. They don't kidnap them now. Yeah, don't lie. They don't kidnap them. And the other car will be say around. They don't kidnap them. Any movement from now, they have to ransom. These people that are asking for ransom, are they not human beings? They're not a call. Are they not making calls? Oh God, government, you guys know what you guys are doing. Yes, you guys know what you guys are doing. They don't kidnap them. They have phones. They will make calls. They'll start calling for family members. This 5 millionaire, this 6 millionaire. What people will not forget. They don't kidnap them. It never happened to a family. Not missing not the apple. Everybody cares. It's time for us to care. It's time for us to care. It's time for us to care. We are not animals. Are we? Oh God. Are we animals in our own country? Are we animals in our own country? Are we animals in our own country? In our own country? Are we animals? Are we animals? We are human beings. We are not animals. Government, we are not animals.